All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Call. I am the instructor for Health 5. My monitor is here, so I'm looking at this. I know you guys see me here, so excuse me for that. All right. So let me get to my screen really fast. All right. So for this class is structures and functions. Okay. I'll go over the syllabus super quick and a little bit about the course. And then we'll just kind of go there, ask me any questions, email me as we go. All right, so this is a 100% online class. It's a 3 unit anatomy and physiology class. Um, we do go very quick for most part. Just know that there's my email right here. It is also on Canvas in the simple syllabus tab. Okay, if you're going to reach out to me, that is the best way to do that. Okay, my office hours as shown. If it does change, I will update it on Canvas. So you guys know. Go to this. All right, so this is a zero cost textbook class. We did use an OER, Open Educational Resource, to make the textbook free because textbook prices are outrageous. I even know that. So I took a lot of an OER and I kind of like changed it up, kind of made it however I want to be for this class. So that way it's just free for everyone. So there's no book required. And that, even though there is a link to the textbook, you can look at this. By the way, that is a YouTube link, meaning funny. But in on Canvas, there is also a link to the textbook. Just know that I have changed a considerable amount of items from that, taken some out, added some in, some were already outdated, just to try and keep things updated. Okay, so even though you can access the textbook, which I'll show you that, I'll go over like very quickly here in a minute. Um, all the readings and everything will be directly on Canvas through your modules. Okay. Early alert. So this is a little way to kind of keep track of you. Have some counselors also help out. So if you like start dropping at, you're not participating, not turning assignments, I'll flag your account, and then a counselor will probably reach out and say, "Hey, what's up? How can we help?" That kind of stuff. Also, kudos if you're doing really good. Communication plan. Just know I'm going to be on multiple times a week. I mean, I'm going to be on probably every day doing something. Um, Whether it's grading, I'm going to try and grade at least Wednesdays or throughout the week, or probably more grading and quizzes end of the week. Discussions I'll do. I'll probably start participating in the beginning, and then as people submit different things, um, please email me if you have any questions on items. This class has not been around for too long. This is our second semester, maybe third semester of it. So we are still doing a lot of different like tweaks to a lot of the content and quizzes. So if you find like an error, hey, just shoot me an email. I'm not perfect. I've ruled out a lot of them, but I'm not perfect on all of them. So if you see an error on something, email me. Okay. Attendance policy. You make sure that you're online weekly. I would try and do like 2 or 3 times a week just to try and like get the readings done, get the assignments done, participate in discussions, and I would start that. Good rule of thumb is try and get if things open up Monday. Try and do it Monday. Try and get as much done as you can Monday and Tuesday, and that way you have the rest of that week to do whatever else you want, other classes, social stuff, whatever it is. If you're in athletics, you probably have games depending on the team and your schedule. But getting it done earlier than later, if you wait till the last second, you're probably going to be in a lot of trouble for that because there's always problems that pop up. Wi-Fi goes down, computer problems, access to whatever it is. So don't wait till the last second because some assignments or discussions are super like quick, and others take like a long time to kind of break it down. Okay, and if you stop doing a lot of stuff, like I can drop you from the class. Just be wary of that. Okay, here's all the important drop dates and deadlines. Sorry for background noise. Participant engagement can be a lot of different things. There'll be some videos of yourself that you have to do, and different like movements, and some different exercises to kind of break it down. Um, there's a decent amount of reading required in this class. Just be kind of wary of that, and you do have to participate. Okay, here's our class outline. Talk about blood, generic anatomy and physiology things. Again, that's subject to change. Exams and assignments. Okay, all the exams, they're called quizzes on Canvas, um, over in here. So you'll see that. So those will be usually for every like little section. Usually like every week you'll have something. There'll be a lot of different like practice quizzes that are not graded, but you can practice on that. And there's four, five, I can't remember. I think four exams in here. Okay, generic grading scale. Okay, um, makeup and late work I don't really accept. If something does happen, please email me as soon as you can. I mean, I know things pop up. I'll try and work the best I can within reason. Um, but I give you a lot of time, and a lot of assignments are open right at the get go. So I wouldn't get too far ahead on a lot of stuff. But if you had like 3 weeks to do an assignment, and you're like, oh, I couldn't do it Friday night because I had something pop up, I don't care. Sorry. You have plenty of time to get it done. Okay. There will be some extra credit that I will offer. Most of that in this course is submitting your notes. So I highly recommend taking notes as you read. And in the past, people just like take a picture and uploaded it, and it's 3 points per chapter. Okay, which doesn't sound like a lot. Okay, but I think you add it up, that could potentially be around 45 or 50 points overall in the class, which is a lot. Okay. Combination of students with disabilities. So if you have kind of like intellectual physical disability, the DSP&S office, okay, is the resource that you need to contact. They do a great job with a lot of that stuff, and they send instructors, hey, if you can help out with assistance for this or that. So I would contact them directly for that. Academic dishonesty, okay, cheating and plagiarism, okay, don't cheat, don't plagiarize. Also, if you use any kind of AI, which I know that is probably the future, and I do use a decent amount of AI in this class to try and get what's in my head out, or simplify some topics that I think are just like a little too like dry, and reduce like a little bit of the readings for you. Try to not use it as best as possible. Okay, because a lot of that can be considered cheating. Just be wary of that. So if I catch you, and a lot of the stuff I run through AI checkers, okay, you will receive zero credit. Okay, so just be kind of wary of that. Okay, here's a number of different support services for you. Uh, Health, tutorial, psych services. All these are free, by the way. So I would really take advantage of them. Our final exam will be due at the latest is December 10th. I believe that's a Wednesday. Um, it will be open. The file will be open for I think a week and a half to get it done. Just so you know. All right. So now back to the course. All right. So this is how the student view. So you guys, my view a little different from yours. All right. So the recent announcements. So the top three most recent announcements will be at the top. Just know that I plan everything to work off of your modules. Okay. If you're looking on your phone, which a lot of students do, it looks way different, and you're probably going to miss a lot of things. Okay. One thing that I do recommend is you go over here to accounts on the left, and you click on notifications, and you update your notifications. That way you're notified if something changes, if someone posts, you're notified of due dates. That way you are more up to date on some things. Like if I put an announcement that, hey, I'm changing this or that, or make sure you guys do this or that, uh, and you miss it and you end up losing points, well, sorry. So, and that affects all your classes, not just this class. So I'd highly recommend to update your notifications on your accounts. Okay. So first, here's our welcome thing, little welcome module. Okay, so make sure you go through all these different things. Little welcome thing. You can read, look a little bit about myself. Okay, office hours. Again, I'll update this. This is what is on the syllabus as of right now, on August 6th. But tomorrow they could change depending on if classes change for me. Okay. Here's access to that textbook. Okay. So here's like an online and PDFs. Just know that even though I followed a lot of this OpenStax, um, I have changed or completely like rewritten whole segments of it just to fit the needs of this class. Okay. But if you want like other PDFs or other ways to read it, that is on there too. Okay. You do have an assignment which is due on the 15th. It's get to know one another. So make sure you get on that. Okay. So what it is, okay, write a paragraph about yourself. Okay. Goals, what's your major, dream job, I don't know, something about yourself. What did you do over summer? Hobbies, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Extra credit if you do a video recording of yourself, by the way. Okay. And then two, I want a joke. Okay. Give me a good joke. Don't Google it. Okay. What's your favorite joke? I will dock points for if it's super, super, super lame. Okay, just know that I do appreciate humor in all forms. And then try and get this done by Wednesday, and then by Friday, go on and two other classmates and comment on their stuff. Okay, like, hey, I am also this major. I also like to, I don't know, snowboard or whatever you're into. Okay, and make sure you get all that done by the due date. Back. Okay. So a lot of this is kind of self-run, and a lot of these modules, actually almost all these modules, okay, you have to complete all the items. Okay. So here is the first thing. So you can't open up the second one until you look at the first. Okay. So almost all these modules are very, very similar. So you'll start with an audio overview. Okay. So this one is an introduction to the human body. It's an audio. So I use AI to kind of condense and summarize everything. So some are like 30 minutes, some like the bigger modules are like an hour, give or take. And so just a different way. So if you're not as much of a visual person, um, but you learn more through audio, okay, that can be a good way for you to retain a lot of information. So I'm trying to engage you in a lot of different ways because a lot of anatomy is repetition. So the more you can hear things and see things and just repeat stuff, the higher chance you're going to retain it. Okay, so it starts with an audio overview. And then here's an overview of anatomy and physiologies, structural organization of the human body, blah, 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 blah. So we go through all those. Okay, a lot of anatomical movements in here. So we're spending a decent amount of time on movements of the body, the flexion, extension, abduction, introduction, rotations. Okay, you have a few different like movement assignments in here. Okay, and then you have some anatomical movement assignments. You have a silly movement assignment. This one you do have to record yourself doing. Um, it is more like, hey, I give you a bunch of movements and you try and do it to figure out what is the overall movement I'm making you do. Okay. And then here is intro to the human body. Okay, so this is a practice quiz. Okay, just so you know. Okay. So it's not graded, but it's a good practice and review for everything else. Okay. And then here, if you submit your notes for this whole chapter for all of these, okay, you can get three points of extra credit. Okay, and once you complete that module, you move on to the next one. Okay, cellular level. Okay, very similar things: audio overview, a lot of readings, protein synthesis, mitosis, blah blah blah. Okay, here's a discussion. Okay, so another discussion is due August 22nd. Okay, so for this one, I use strength and motion. Okay, so it's a free site, and it's going to list a lot of exercises. And so you're going to do is you have to break it down. Okay, so this is an upper extremity. So let's say you pick um, overhead press for the movement. Okay, there's a bunch of little videos you can watch and other different like variations that depending on the exercise you pick, and you gotta break it down. What's the main movements? What's the synergistic movements, accessory, and so forth for that. Um, and talk about it. I want you to try it out, like try out the exercise, especially if you're not used to it. Hey, and talk about it. Okay. And then go on, see some other people that did different exercises. Okay. Because ultimately, my goal is to make sure you guys move. Okay. And be active and healthy and this and that because this is a health class. Um, Under the kinesiology realm. Okay, so we want you to kind of be active. Right? They're not saying you have to do like burnout sets or one rep maxes. Okay, but hey, try it out. See how you like it. Do you not? Do you do? Okay, if you want to try some stuff out in like one of our weight rooms, okay, email me. Okay, my office is right next to the weight room. Okay, I can probably take it there. That way, I can at least monitor. Don't just walk into any random weight room. Okay, you'll need myself to be there on campus, or if you're trying out the gym, like, hey, I tried this out. This was super hard for something that looked really, really easy. Um, and you'll do like one of those probably like every week or every other week or so. It's a nice thing to change up from the ton of reading that you have to do. Okay. And then that's just how it goes. Goes. A lot of different things. Um, as we go, I might change a few things. I already know some of the different like discussions I want to change. Like I like the BCA intake and muscle protein synthesis discussion. Some other ones I do want to change. Um, just the over time, like hey, I like this one better than others. I didn't quite like that one. I don't think students achieved like a lot, but we are making a lot of little fine tweaks as we go. So if you find like a problem or something, you know what, that didn't really sound right depending on the readings. Hey, shoot me an email and I'll check it out. Okay. If this is your first time in college or your first online class, really pay attention to the directions on a lot of stuff. And just know that I followed this modules thing. So your homepage, which is going to be your modules, well, takes you to the bottom. Okay. This is how I had the class published. If you look on your phone, it's only going to show, um, what's it show? Like upcoming or your to-do list. Okay. If you follow this, you're going to miss on a lot of things. Okay. Also, you may not be able to do like anti movement assignments if you haven't gone through all of these different things first in order to get to that because you can't open this yet until you go through all these different things first. Okay. And then take notes, highly recommend everything. Have any questions? Shoot me an email. If not, we will get going. All right. Thanks, guys.